In the Gospel of Matthew in the New Testament, there is a story like this. Before a king went on a journey, he gave 1 silver coin to each of his 3 servants, and instructed them, "Go and do business with this until I return." When the king returned, the first servant said, "Master, you gave me 1 silver coin, and I have earned 10 more." So the king rewarded him with 10 cities. The second servant reported, "Master, you gave me 1 silver coin, and I have earned 5 more." So the king rewarded him with 5 cities. The third servant reported, "Master, you gave me 1 silver coin, and I kept it wrapped in a handkerchief because I was afraid of losing it. I did not take it out." So the king ordered that the 1 silver coin of the third servant be given to the first servant, and said, "For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." The meaning of the story is simple: to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. At first, people didn't understand the logic behind it, and even found it somewhat baffling. The poor get poorer, the rich get richer seemed like a robber's logic. It wasn't until the 1960s when the famous sociologist Robert K. Merton first summarized this phenomenon as the Matthew effect that people began to wake up from their confusion. It turns out that any individual, group, or region, once successful in making progress in one aspect, such as money, fame, status, will accumulate advantages and have more opportunities for further progress and success. From that time on, people began to learn how to utilize the Matthew effect to maximize their benefits. Prominent individuals are more likely to become even more famous. The wealthy already have abundant resources, but they will still enjoy more money, honor, and higher status, while the poor who already have little end up with nothing. Large corporations can freely promote their products, while small businesses can only survive in the margins. The Matthew effect has such power because having a large scale and abundant resources means having stronger risk resistance and greater development potential. Having an advantage means leading, having a huge first mover advantage. Seizing opportunities, and seizing opportunities means halfway to success. Perhaps out of trust or due to people's tendency to follow the crowd, companies with good performance, healthy development, and ample funds are more likely to attract funds and excellent talents, while those with poor performance, poor management, and financial constraints are likely to experience a mass exodus of talents. When faced with switching from familiar to unfamiliar brands, especially at an increased cost, most users will hesitate. Well-known brands will always attract more customers. When the first and second places are tied, people will always pay more attention to the first. This is the role of human psychology in the Matthew effect. This is also an undeniable reason. The Matthew effect is a cruel phenomenon, as the accumulation of opportunities makes the rich richer and the poor poorer, the strong stronger and the weak weaker. Microsoft's monopoly position in the internet age is a result of the Matthew effect. After seizing the opportunity in the personal computer market, Microsoft, whether with DOS or Windows systems, secured over 90% of the market share, accumulating immense wealth and reputation, leading to Microsoft's dominance in the internet age. The result naturally is one's joy being another's sorrow. Products with little influence, even if technically superior, cannot compete. Most hardware and software developers must develop products or systems compatible with Microsoft, or be excluded from the market, facing certain doom. The role of the Matthew effect in the competition of corporate product brands is also significant. Once a brand image is established, the value and visibility of its products soar and consumers will favor them. For example, a customer wants to buy a new computer. They have narrowed down their options to 2 similar products, one priced at $1,000 and the other at $800. Surprisingly, they choose the $1,000 one because it's a well-known brand, while the other is relatively unknown. Consumers would rather spend an extra $200 than risk buying a no-name product. This is the advantage of brand image. The Matthew effect not only exists in the economic sphere but also permeates every corner of social life. Since the 1990s, especially in Western countries like the United States, cultural criticism has been filled with these terms. Their frequent appearance and obvious influence have erased the contradictions and biases inherent in these terms. It can be said that the Matthew effect has already taken effect in the cultural discourse domain, to the extent that a considerable portion of people believe there are no longer any objective standards in the world. The Matthew effect is also a common problem in literary works and news reporting. Once a person achieves a certain level of excellence, people tend to believe that their greatness is innate, their flaws are not flaws. And even some unrelated achievements and virtues are attributed to them, aiming to embellish and please everyone. Some sayings differentiate between celebrities and ordinary people in this way. An item used by a celebrity is an artifact, while one used by an ordinary person is junk. A mistake made by a celebrity is a quirky story, while one made by an ordinary person is just foolishness. A celebrity drinking heavily is living it up, while an ordinary person is just a heavy drinker. Is there a Matthew effect in education? The answer is yes. If a student wins the favor of a teacher, the teacher will often let them speak in class, overlook their faults, and bestow honors upon them, whereas a mischievous and academically weak student will be treated differently, rarely allowed to speak in class. Their faults will not escape the teacher's eyes, and they will face severe criticism. Schools and good teachers naturally have the power to select students. Schools with good teaching quality become key schools, and teachers with high teaching quality have key classes, where talented students naturally gather. Similarly, the relationship between schools and good teachers is like this. Schools with high management levels and good teaching quality easily attract and retain good teachers, and the number of good teachers will increase. Conversely, schools with poor conditions are isolated from good teachers, and even existing good teachers will gradually leave for better opportunities. Unlike the economic Matthew effect, the Matthew effect in relationships doesn't simply mean that emotions are invested and grow over time. Instead, it shows that factors like family background and education become standards for evaluating marriage. Wealthy individuals marry wealthy individuals, thus becoming wealthier. Those without money may not even find their significant other, even if they share genuine feelings. Love has long become a byproduct of material wealth, dispensable, and the tale of a prince marrying a commoner is just a fairy tale. From the broader perspective of life, there is also a harsh Matthew effect. Starting from academic achievements, students with good grades not only get into good high schools, but also good universities. Students with poor grades naturally cannot get into good high schools, let alone good universities. The outcomes for those who get into good universities and those who don't are naturally different, affecting their future job prospects. Looking at personality traits, confident individuals and those lacking confidence also end up with different outcomes. The former dares to seize opportunities and not only gain more chances than others, but also continuously achieve new successes, leading to an increasingly favorable situation. The latter retreats at every step, not only gaining no benefits, but gradually becoming self-conscious, introverted, and despondent, leading to a deteriorating situation.